Hey guys, Corey here. Today I'm going to be showing you how I built my own Berkey style water filter. Pretty easy build. I had video footage. I have no idea where it went. What's up, buddy? So I'm just going to talk you through how I did it. But for parts list, we'll run down first. 2 5-gallon buckets. Nothing special, just 2 5-gallon buckets. You need 2 lids. 1 lid for sure. I would go with 2. You need a spout and your water filters. And then for tools, you're going to need a drill with some different sized bits and a different sized hole saw. And that's it for tools, really, is your drill. So the first thing I would do is I would drill all my holes before I put anything in. And I'll tell you that why, because you need to mark a few things. So you're going to have to drill a hole for your tap here. Now I put my tap high enough that it can slide on this table without the tap hitting. I felt that if I had the tap lower, or as low as I could get it in the bucket, that if it was hanging off the edge of a table and someone pushed it back, I feel like that's a failure point here, and I want to eliminate that. So I don't know how much volume I'm actually losing on how much will come out of the spout, but it's not that much. So I put my tap up high enough that I can slide it on the table or the counter, and I don't have to worry about it hitting anything. These taps are really, really easy. It's the tap, you put an O-ring on it, you stick it through your hole, put another O-ring on it, and then you put the nut on the back of it. That's it. So mark that, cut it. You can put the tap in now. I just did everything toward the end, but you'll have a lid for your top. You wouldn't have to have a lid for the top, but I would recommend it. So you're going to have to drill 2 holes for your filter elements. No rocket science behind it. I didn't do any measuring. I just got what kind of looked like evenly spaced. Put 2 holes. Good to go. So you'll see them coming out the bottom. So it's the filter, there's a rubber O-ring, and then a wing nut. Pretty self-explanatory there, really easy to do. But you drill these 2 holes. This is really important where you need to keep the filters out for now. Put the lid on your clean water bucket, and then you're going to set, so you want that lid to set flush. So just mark 2 marks where your holes are through the bottom of your bucket. So wherever them are at on your lid, take your hole saw, drill you, it's like 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 hole, and that's big enough, just big enough for these filter elements to sit down on top of it. That way your bucket's more stable, and you can put a lid on this so you're not getting any dirt or whatever in your freshwater bucket. So it just sets down right on top, and then you can fill it with water, put your lid on. The one thing about this filter is them style filters are not fast. They're pretty slow to filter. I haven't had any issues with it leaking around the O-ring. If I did though, I would probably put an O-ring inside this bucket as well, or some kind of rubber piece to help seal it up between the filter and the bucket. But right now there's just a single piece underneath the bucket O-ring, and it's worked fine. I haven't had any issues with it, because obviously you don't want dirty water, getting through into your clean water. So I would recommend, before you go to bed, make sure you calculate how much water is down here to put enough in here to fill it up, because like I said, it is pretty slow. I mean, it's like over an hour for this to filter out, and the lower the water level gets, the less pressure it's putting on the filter element, so then the slower it gets. So I would always try to keep this pretty much topped off, if possible. And I think total money-wise, I think I'm in like $70 for the whole thing. Filter elements, it just depends what you buy. Some are more expensive, some are cheaper. If you get the Berkey style filters, they're like $150 for 2. The style I bought, I think, was $60 for 2 of them. So it's just personal preference. And I'm not saying mine are any better or worse than a Berkey. I just think the Berkey filters, you might be paying for the name a little bit. But to each their own. So this is my Berkey style filter. Real easy. I mean, it took me maybe 20 minutes. And it was a pretty easy build. And pretty easy on the pocketbook. For storage, one thing, someone asked me if you could slide the buckets together. You could slide them together. Just take your spout off. When not in use, obviously. Take your spout off. You can just set the spout inside here with the filters. And then you could slide this whole bucket inside here for storage. It's going to take up a lot less room. For me, I just keep it stored like this because I have a place for it, so it's okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, just something quick and effective. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.